The Premier League is back, and Mark Ogden is joining me to look back on some Sunday action, specifically the match that we just saw, Spurs up against Everton. Now, this one looked very juicy on paper, Augie, especially because of how Everton played. And we knew the signings that Everton has made and that they've brought in some pretty big signings to match their world-class manager, I would say, like James Rodriguez. A lot of eyes on them in this one, and they definitely impressed. Which part impressed you the most?
Everything about Everton today. I mean, I thought James was fantastic in the sense that whenever he got the ball, he created something. I mean, it was great to watch him at times. His control, his vision. He's very much left-footed. We already knew that. There's no kind of secret there. But his left foot is so good that you can't help but admire it. And he sprayed the ball in really well. Didn't do much defensively, but you wouldn't expect him to. So, but I thought Everton were also good at the back. I thought Seamus Coleman was fantastic. And amazingly, it's the first time that Everton have won away at one of the Big Six, the so-called Big Six, since December 2013 when they beat David Moyes' Man United at Old Trafford. So 7 years without winning away at a Big Six team. And this shows that Ancelotti has got a team in place. He's got the confidence there. And it was nice to see not a homegrown player, but a player that's kind of been nurtured by Everton in Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring the winning goal.
I mean, like we said, Everton really impressive kind of all over the shop in this one. And one of the other persons that kind of impressed me is also Jordan Pickford, in the sense that we talk about how Jordan Pickford sometimes, or there is talk about how Jordan Pickford only really impresses with England and not as much with club. But I thought he was quite good today. And collectively speaking now with that, are Everton onto something here for this season? I know it's very early, but still, I'm tempted to get excited for them.
Yeah, well, first of all, on Jordan Pickford, he did have a very wobbly season last year. He made a lot of mistakes. And I think question marks are hanging over him in terms of his England future, whether he can hold on to that number one spot for the Euros next summer, because you've got Nick Pope, who's doing well, Dean Henderson at Man United might have a chance. But if Pickford plays well, his distribution's fantastic, then Pickford will always be the number one. But, it's early days. I think we have to kind of wait and see when his focus isn't quite as intense as it is on the opening day of the season. As for Everton, they are the club that could and should break into the top six. Wolves have always been knocking on the door, Leicester as well, but Everton are a big historic club with ambition, but they've never quite cracked it. Now with Ancelotti in charge, they could maybe do it this season, but I still think they need a striker who they can rely on to score 25 goals a season. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin will score goals, but maybe score more with James providing the goals, but providing the passes. I still think Everton is short in that department, but still, what a great start of the season, winning away at Tottenham.
All right, well, let me just stretch out a little, get the net going, and let's talk about Spurs, because a lot to unpack here, and it's not good at all, Augie. Now that we've gotten a glimpse of what life is like behind the scenes and in the dressing room with Jose Mourinho, I'm pretty sure that he will be having a massive dressing down, probably as we speak. Where is he going to lay it in first?
Probably the referee, because he wasn't happy about the free kick being taken 3 or 4 yards further. Look, that's classic Mourinho. He'll find something that he can deflect it away from his players, but he will find fault. I thought today it was a very kind of a workmanlike performance by Tottenham. There wasn't a lot to get excited about, but that is the kind of the present day Mourinho. That is what you get from Mourinho teams now. There isn't really any excitement. And I thought, you look at the signings made in the summer, Matt Doherty from Wolves and Pierre Højbjerg from Southampton, both very good Premier League players, but both very steady, not very spectacular. And you look at James on the Everton team, for me, James is a Tottenham player all day long. Any other manager than Mourinho, he'd be a great Tottenham player. He's got flair, he's got creativity. And Spurs are looking for a striker. Well, if you had James in your team, providing the passes for Harry Kane, for Son, for Dele Alli, for Lucas Moura, you might not need a striker. But they haven't got that player like James in the team that can create a chance. Spurs, for me, are a boring team to watch. They're very solid, they're very predictable. But that is Mourinho. That is the team he's built. So he can moan all he likes at the linesman, at the referee, at the players. But that is the team in his image, and it's not very exciting.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.